All right, boys, let's get it. First YouTube video, I'm gonna be teaching you guys on how do I run my TikTok ads strategy. Now, guys, if you know my TikTok account, you know you're seeing the journey, you're seeing, I'm improving. I still haven't made it out in this lifestyle yet, bro, in this online money in general, bro. But I'm making fucking money. All right, I'm making money and I'm improving a lot. I have made a total of 10K rev, and my first ever money online was with TikTok ads. So I'm gonna be teaching you guys my strategy and how I made my first ever money with TikTok ads. Because everything is, everything I started. Hold on, boys. Like I said, boys, I started with TikTok ads. I did organic dropshipping, as you see in my past videos on my TikTok account. And I have been doing TikTok ads for like the past 3 weeks, and I have been improving a lot and making a lot of money with TikTok ads. So let's get straight into it. So first thing you want to do, boys, is let me go back because I went forward a little bit. So what you want to do, boys, is you want to click create, obviously. You want to create campaign. All right. So first thing you want to do is when you're on TikTok Ads Manager, you obviously set up your TikTok Ads account. You do everything. But this video is specifically my TikTok Ads strategy on how I set up my campaigns and how I test products. So as you see, right, your thing should look different. It probably is gonna look different, but whatever, you should figure it out. If it looks like mine like this, you want to click switch back to previous version. Then you see there's these options: manual, smart plus, and search campaign. Always do smart plus. In my opinion, I think smart plus is the best. It's a smart plus CBO campaign. Catalog, always turn this off, boys. Always turn that off. You never want to have that on. Then make your campaign, your product name. For example, my product, let's say I'm testing a girl dress, right? I'm gonna name it CBO dress one or something. And then continue. Boom. Then after that, this is your ad group, boys. The ad group, same thing. Right here, I'm gonna name it CBO ad group one dress, whatever, something like that. Then you want to have your website, conversion, connect your pixel. Obviously, your pixel is very important. And boys, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Download Pixel on Shopify, and every time you test a new product, create a new pixel for that product. You never want to use the same pixel for the same product. Me personally, I use a new pixel every product I test. Unless it's like targeting the same exact audience, then you can use the same pixel. All right. So price, we can put it at 52.4 to outbid a little bit of comp, boys. You know what I'm saying? Outbid a little bit of that comp. So 52.40 cents. Then the campaign, you always want to start it at 6 a.m. Why? Because TikTok, it takes a little while to optimize the campaigns, like 2 hours. So it starts spending like around 8. United States, obviously, leave this how it is. It should say the Smart Plus campaign should leave it. It should say United States. Then placements. I usually turn this off. You can leave that on. All you gotta do is monitor it. If you want to leave it on, nothing bad. If you leave it on, it's not bad at all. Allow video download sharing. I usually turn that off too. Allow video sharing. I always leave that on. What if they want to share it to a family member or something, and their family member is gonna buy it for them? You don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, so boom, we're at the creatives now. So with the creatives, what you want to do, boys, as soon as you're here with the creatives, right? You just scroll down right here. You always want to click the switch to manual ad setup. Never always switch to that. Never be at catalog. Switch to manual ad setup. This I'll name it dress one, whatever. And then next creative I'll dress two, dress three, dress four, whatever. Dress one. So what you want to do is you want to put your website URL. Boom, right here, right? You want to put your website URL. Usually you want to send them directly to the product page. You don't want to send them to your home page. Send them always directly, whatever product you're advertising, send them directly to the product page. You probably heard this plenty of times. Just don't be stupid, bro. Send them directly to the product page. Then you want to add your video. Obviously, I'm gonna blur out my video. I'm gonna just choose a random video. Save. Boom. You wanna have your video. And then, boys, I'm gonna give you some sauce. So what you always want to do is with TikTok ads, as your profile right here, you always want to have a girl. Always have a girl, bro. Always have a girl. All right, boys. So I'm gonna give you some free sauce. Always have a girl as your profile picture. Grab a random girl profile picture. Then with your text, make it simple and easy, boys. Don't make it complicated. You know what I'm saying? Make it where it sounds organic, like an actual girl, you know, doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like OMG girlies run, don't walk, or, you know, um, you can do this bag is 50% off. This is actually insane. Or you can put 50% off limited stock. Just make it sound organic. Make it sound like a real person. That's all you have to do, all right? So just make it sound like a real person. Add about four text. I will add about four to five around there, 4 to 5. And then product, I usually leave this blank. I don't touch none of that. Call to action, boys, is not that hard, bro. Always have delete all this. Everything here, delete. Delete everything here. Like this is all pointless, unless you shop here, you can leave that if you want. It depends what you really want. For me, usually I just put shop now. That's all I leave on. And then here, guys, you always want to delete all these AI shit. Hold on, why it's not letting me edit? All right, delete everything here. Uncheck all of this AI stuff. Uncheck it. Save. Then after you uncheck everything there, what I would usually do, boys, is I would make a display card. Now, what do I mean by display card, boys? I mean, advanced settings, create, and right here it says create, right? So this usually puts your metrics a little bit better, specifically your CTR. And I've always had better experience with my CTR if I use a display card. So, put a picture of your product, 50% off, whatever. Tell ChatGPT to make a good display card. Don't put no fucking trash display card there. Add your display card, leave it there, boom. And then after 2 seconds of your video, it should have pop up like in the bottom right here, and it shows display card. And then they click on the display card, sends them directly to the product page. Boom, that's it. Then after that, boys, what you want to do is duplicate it. Now let's say you have 8 creatives. Now, boys, for a product, I usually like testing about 7 to 10 creatives. I feel comfortable with 5 creatives minimum, but you always want to do 7 to 10 creatives for a product test. And you want to be with TikTok ads, you guys got to be pumping out products. You got to be testing products a lot. You know what I'm saying? You got to be testing products every single day. Eventually there'll be a point where I'll be testing 2 to 3 products a day. Right now, I'm just testing one product every single day, but there will be a point where I'll be testing 2 to 3 products and pumping products because that's all TikTok ads is about. It's about who can test the fastest and who can test the most. It's a testing game at the end of the day. It's not, like Facebook where you have to test all these different angles. It's a testing game. So let's say we have 8 creatives, right? You want to duplicate it only 7 times. If you have 6 creatives, you only want to duplicate it 5 times. If you have 9 creatives, you only want to duplicate it 8 times because this is already a creative here. So let's say I have 9 creatives, boom, duplicate it. Then when you duplicate your creatives, leave the first one how it is with the URL link, everything there. Then you want to go to your second creative that you want to, your second video. Um, Name it, simple. Dress two. That's what I'll put. I'll put like dress two, and then I'll go down the line. Dress three, dress four, dress five, dress six, seven, eight, nine. Simple and easy. I mean, your everything should be here. Your URL, your product page should be there still. Just delete the video like this, and then add your new video. You have to re-edit this, touch this up a little bit again, delete all this and just leave shop now only. So basically just erase everything here and just leave shop now only. That's the only thing you should consider leaving. This just double check it because sometimes they'll put the AI stuff. There's no AI stuff because I don't have a video, but and then your display card, it should be there still. It shouldn't be erased. And then boom, that's it, boys. That's it. And then you just want to publish your campaign just like that. Now I'm not gonna publish it because I'm not gonna make a campaign, but that's pretty much it, boys. Just publish, boom, and that's it. And then it should load. It should say like it should go all the way up to 100%. And then, boys, this is what I do to test the product. Now, what I recommend you doing is, hold on, let me delete this off my draft because I'm never gonna need this campaign to be honest. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to duplicate your campaign. Now, duplicate it because your first campaign might fail, but then the second campaign is gonna hit a bet is gonna target the audience more better or target, your audience more better and is gonna perform a lot better. So what you wanna do is you wanna duplicate your campaign. I'll usually do duplicate it around 3 to 4 times. I usually spend around 40 to 60 bucks on a product test. 40 to 80 bucks, 40 to 80 bucks realistically, because if there's a lot of buying intent, I'll probably spend around 70 bucks, 40 to 70 bucks most. So duplicate it, you should duplicate it. It should not be that hard. You duplicate it. And then when you duplicate it, since the first one was at 6 a.m., the second one at 7 a.m., third one at 8 a.m. Oh, no, no. Second one at 6, third one at 7, fourth one at 8. So there you have four campaigns duplicated. One at 5, I meant one at 6, one at 7, one at 8, one at 9. Yo, I'm tripping with these numbers. I meant one at 6, one at 7, one at 8, one at 9. So you have one, two, three, four. You have four campaigns at different times, an hour difference. And then, boys, what you want to do is you want to look at the metrics. When you're testing a product, don't look at the campaign at all unless there's $10 spent. If a campaign spends $10, the only thing you should be looking at, boys, and it's not complicated, bro. Just look at your CPC and your CTR. Now, a good CPC is anything under $1, but I usually look around, I try to look at 60 cents and under because that's what I recommend. And I think a good product should have 60 cents or under. Anything after 60 cents is pretty mid product probably or not that good. Um, it can still perform good even if it's 70 cents, bro. You don't know. Anything under dollar is good. CTR, anything that is 1% or higher is good. So, like I said, boys, you just want to look at those two metrics and then, wait until your campaign spends 10 bucks. When your campaign spends 10 bucks, you just want to look at the metrics. If the metrics are bad, just cut it. And then if metrics are good, let it spend to 15 bucks. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That's how I test with products. And that's pretty much it, boys. It's not that hard. Just the main thing with TikTok ads, I'll say is product is king. Then your offer, then your website. It's not like Facebook where you had to test different angles, different this, that. And TikTok is fast. All right, boys, TikTok is fast. You test a product and in day one, you know in a few hours if the product is gonna fail or not. Unless there's a lot of buying intent, then if there's a lot of buying intent, you do have to let it optimize for a day two, but usually that's rare. If a product is a winner, it's probably gonna hit day one. So like I said, boys, you want to be pumping out products. You got to be testing products every single day. And don't worry, boys. Next video, I'll make a video next week or something, and I'll teach y'all boys how to look for products. Yeah, how to look for products and how to set up your burner. I wouldn't. I mean, I'll just tell you how to look for products, and basically, yeah, bro, how to look for products, and that's it, boys. So, this is and y'all boys should be using your ad credit thing right here, like spend 1,000, get 1,000, whatever it is. Y'all always should activate that. It's very good, free money. So that's it for the YouTube video, and I'll update y'all with the next YouTube video on how to look for products. All right, boys. So I hope this video helped y'all out, and yeah, have a good one.